this is Laurie from hidinginmycraftroom.com. Today I'm going to be making a card using the brand new art philosophy from Close to My Heart. And I have a special giveaway. This is a holiday stamp set that I'm going to be giving away. It was donated by my fabulous Close to My Heart representative. So go over to my blog and check out how to get entered into that. I'm going to be making a card, a Christmas card. I'm going to be using this cut from Art Philosophy on page 46, and it coordinates perfectly with the stamp set that's I'm giving away over on my blog. And oh, just want to show you, if you can see, let's see, there's little notations and it tells you what size to cut it out at on the Cricut. So I'm so excited to be demoing this stamp set and the Art Philosophy Cricut cartridge. Okay, so I've already got my paper loaded into the machine. I'm using a green from Close to My Heart. Let's zoom in. Okay, I'm going to be doing the bigger leaf. It says to cut it at 2 1/4. So I'm going to first set my size, so you can see that, at 2 1/4. And then I'm going to pick my image, which is from shape 3. And I believe it's about midway through on the 3rd row. I don't have these tagged yet. And the shift and the leaf, and I'm going to hit quantity. So my quantity button lit up, and I want to do 3. And then I'm just going to cut them out. And then I've got another mat ready with some white and red, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the berries out in white and in red, because I'm not exactly sure if I want to cut it in white and stamp with red, or cut it in red and stamp red on red, or just leave it plain. So I'm going to cut a little extra to kind of play around, and I'm going to clear my display over here, the second button on the left in the dark and the gray, and I'm going to choose, it's the layer with again the shift and the same key, and there they are. And I'm just going to cut. Oh, it's actually, I forgot to take the quantity off, so it's going to cut it 3 times, but that's okay. That way I'll have some extra if I don't like it or if I goober on my stamping. Okay, now I'm going to hit line return, which takes me back up to the top, and I'm just going to move over to the red, and I actually am going to leave the quantity on, but I'm going to go down to 2 so that I can stamp it if I want to do that, and then I can also leave it plain. So just cut, because it's still in the machine. I didn't clear it. Okay, so another thing I wanted to do was to make a sentiment cutout for Merry Christmas. Now it doesn't have this size predetermined like the leaves. I'm going to be using this image right here on page 26. But what I like to use is the fit to length. And I've already got it on right there. Make sure it's fit to length is lit up. Choose your image, which is just the shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in the white, and I'm going to use the inside part instead of the border to stamp Merry Christmas, and then I'm going to cut the regular piece in the green that I cut the leaves in. So first, okay, I've got the wrong image in my window, so I want to clear that, and I want to do the shift with the layer so I get the border. Okay, sorry, clear it again. Not the shift, the layer and the image, so that I get the the border image that I want. I love the screen window. See what I'm going to cut. Now I pre-measured my Merry Christmas, and it was approximately 2 3/4. So I'm going to fit the length to 3 inches. Fit to length. Now here's where you want to click OK, so that you know you're actually using size 1 1/4. So you can jot that down for future reference, or for your other layers, so that you'll know it was 1 1/4. And that's going to be how tall it is. It's going to be 1 1/4 inches tall. Okay, after that I'm going to hit line return and go over to my green, making sure it's down good. Make sure your blade is right there on the corner of that green. I'm going to take off the layer and hit the image. Now at this point I could do fit to length at 3 inches, and it is still at 1 1/4. Sometimes your layers, it might not quite be still at 1 1/4 if it's a bigger image or a different bigger layer. So it's best probably to cut it just regularly. Okay, so I've got the right image. I'm going to cut it out. And then I will put all these pieces together and make a easy, quick, close to my heart Christmas card. Uh-oh, my paper didn't stick. So we're going to stop that, and I'll redo that and then meet you over at the other table. Okay, so here we go. We've got all the pieces cut out, and I pulled some of them off the mat. I've got the leaves here. I'm going to be using a garden green by Stampin' Up. Just ink it up really good. Figure out which way the point goes. And I love these clear stamps, and it just makes a perfect image. Okay, so I'm going to do that with the rest of the three. And now what I did with the white circles and the red circles, I'm not sure if you can see, where am I? With the red circle, I stamped red on red. You cannot really see it, and then I did the red in the white. And I'm going to play around and see kind of which one I like better. I'm kind of leaning more towards just the red. So we will see. And I'm just using a white card base and a top layer from Close to My Heart. It's a double-sided paper, and I'm going to be using an Early Espresso ribbon. So I've got my leaves stamped, the base of my card put together, and now I'm going to get my sentiment ready. Now remember, it was cut out in white, and this is actually the piece that you're supposed to use, but I'm going to be using this. See, it goes on, I guess, something like this, where you would stamp in the middle, but to me it's easier to stamp on the white. So that's what I'm doing. And I've got my Merry Christmas ready, and I'm going to actually stamp that in the Early Espresso. So if I measured right, that would not be cool. Okay, I'm going to have to lean over a little bit. Hope you can see. Oh, I just love the clear stamps. They make me happy because I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and just go ahead and adhere that to the layer. Okay, which do you like better? Decisions. Let me stamp another of the berries and see. You know what, this stamp is actually not really made to stamp in the center of these. That one fits perfectly, but the others just don't. Where am I? But the others are just too big and they don't line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the red, and I am going to stamp just a little bit in the center of the reds, even though it doesn't really match up perfectly. It matches up well enough. Oh, and a tip that I do is leave the little pieces, if you're going to stamp, on your sticky mat, and they'll stay in place so that you can stamp a little easier on them. Okay, well here it is. I'm not quite finished, but I did want to show you that I'm going to be using dimensionals to pop up my holly. Okay, and I cut dimensionals in half for the berries. Just a little finishing touch. I'm just going to put a little bow. Ended up trimming that down pretty good. Okay, there's the finish. Can you see that? I think I'm zoomed in a little too far. Okay, there's the finished project, finished Christmas card. It's September, so we probably, if you're going to make your own Christmas cards, if you're like me, it's time to get started. Remember to check over at my blog for that A Holiday Close to My Heart stamp set giveaway, hidinginmycraftroom.com. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.